Sometimes a photo captures more than just a moment. Sometimes it captures a story the world was never meant to see. This is the story of a photograph that should not exist. In 1978, a British historian named Alan Mercer found an old trunk in an abandoned house in Coventry. Inside it, a single black and white photograph. It showed a young woman in a floral dress standing behind a shattered window, her eyes wide open, staring at something outside the frame. Behind her, the faint shadow of a child. On the back of the photo, written in faint pencil, just 3 words: "Don't forget me." Historians love mysteries, but this one, it wasn't just strange, it was impossible. The expert said the photo was from the 1940s, but the woman's dress belonged to the 1960s. The window, part of a building that didn't even exist until 20 years later. Still, the film was genuine 1940s material. No manipulation, no forgery. How could this? When the image was enhanced, something else appeared. The child in the background was holding a toy car, a model that wasn't made until 1963. Alan wrote in his notes, "Either this is a hoax or this photo broke time itself." Alan decided to find where the photo was taken. Using the damaged bricks and the window frame, he traced it to an address, 12 Westfield Lane, Coventry. But the house was gone, destroyed in the 1942 bombings. Only the basement remained. He went inside, and there, in the darkness, he found another photo frame, broken, covered in dust. Inside, the same woman, same eyes, same dress. But this time, she was standing in a modern street, holding a newspaper dated 1965. How could the same woman appear in 2 photos, 20 years apart, without aging a single day? Under the floorboards, Alan found a small metal box. Inside it, a burned journal. It belonged to a woman named Evelyn Moore. She wrote about hiding from air raids with her son Thomas. She wrote about hearing voices and about a man with a camera who came through the mirror. Her last entry read, "He said he could take us somewhere safe. He said all I had to do was look into the lens." After that, she was never seen again. Alan searched for the photographer, and he found one name, Edward Blackwell, a war photojournalist, rumoured to experiment with something called temporal exposure. He believed he could capture moments that hadn't happened yet. Blackwell vanished in 1943. His last note said, "The camera doesn't just take pictures, it takes pieces." Then, something terrifying happened. In 1981, Alan received a letter. No name, no address. Inside was a photograph of himself. He was sitting at his desk, looking at Evelyn's photo, the same eerie black and white tone, but Alan never posed for it. The picture had been taken from behind him, inside his own apartment. The photo had begun to take an interest in him. 2 years later, Alan disappeared. When police entered his flat, they found hundreds of photos, all of Evelyn Moore. In each one, she was standing closer. By the last photo, she was just inches away, her hand reaching out of the frame. Alan Mercer was never found, and the old Leica camera he used was missing. Decades passed. Then, in 2011, the same photo resurfaced online. A student uploaded it to Reddit. It went viral overnight. But people began noticing something strange. Every time the photo was re-uploaded, Evelyn's eyes shifted. In the oldest copy, she looked to the left. In the newest version, she looked straight at the viewer. Experts found no edits, no tampering, just evolution. In 2015, a historian named Sarah Duncan tried to digitally enhance the photo. That night, her printer, which was turned off, began printing a new image. It was the same photo, but now there were 3 people in it: Evelyn, her son Thomas, and Sarah herself, sitting at her desk. The next morning, Sarah was gone, her chair still warm, the printer still running. Today, the original photograph of Evelyn Moore is locked in a private collection somewhere in London. No one knows who owns it, but people who've seen it say it changes. Sometimes Evelyn's hand is pressed against the glass. Sometimes her son disappears. Sometimes a reflection appears behind her, a man holding a camera. Maybe the photo isn't cursed. Maybe it's a window, still open, still taking, still collecting.